You want another fun fact about Saturn?
Hmm.
Sharks outdate Saturn's rings. Yeah,
There's some things that you hear where the only natural response that you have is literally just to laugh.
right?
Because damn.
Because, yeah, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, according to a quick little search, you have to forgive me, folks, my computer's a little slow. If I want to say that the rings of Saturn, I want to say are about 100 million years old.
Mm.
Yeah, sharks are like about 400 million years old. That's crazy to think about.
This I'm actually curious because I know that your wife loves sharks,
Yes.
and I had actually brought this up. Um, I so because like I also know that you're very interested in ancient history.
Mm-hmm.
Did she pick you up with shark facts? I really hope she picked you up with shark facts.
uh,
It's like the helicoprion
oh, she loves Helicoprion.
eyebrows.
Now, see, I say Helicoprion, but it's like they work dually with each other. It's like
Yeah.
Megalodon and Megalodon.
I've never heard somebody say megalodon.
I said they work in tandem with each other. You can say either or. You're correct, but it just but for the most part, Megalodon just sounds more even flow.
No,
But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Saturn's rings are about like 100 million years old.
shit. That's okay. Now that's like saying like Nickelodeon for Nickelodeon.
Well, it's like Dimetrodon, that giant lizard from the Permian period with the sail on its back.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Is it from early Permian period? Yeah, early Permian period. Yeah. Fun fact: that is not a dinosaur. Just want to clarify that is not a dinosaur. But yeah, if you ever watch like Jurassic World Dominion, those things that attack Sam Neill with the sail on its back, that's Dimetrodon.
Mm.
You can also say Dimetrodon. It's like same thing, just different.
Yes. Well, it's not. We're not talking about the Spinosaur.
No, the Spinosaurus was
Not Jurassic Park 3.
no. That's another episode. But yeah, they said, but pretty much just going back to our whole thing about saying like there has to be like life out there or something there was the author Arthur C. Clarke. He wrote the 2001 Space Odyssey.
Mm.
And he once quoted, and this one to me it hits hard. He was once quoted, says there are two possibilities: either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying.
It's actually one of my favorite quotes.
Because he's 100% right. Just because the very thought of us being alone in the universe is daunting. Finding out that we're not alone in the universe would essentially challenge any world religion that we have now.
That's true. Actually, funny enough, if we are in fact alone in the universe, it's about to get heavy. So if we are alone in the universe, we effectively worrying about literally anything else but expansion
Mm-hmm.
are being so irresponsible.
Oh yeah.
Because in all reality, if we are alone in the universe, it is our actual obligation to expand. Because like we have this envisionment of like aliens going to other planets,
Mm-hmm.
farming for, not supplies. What's the word? Farming, going on like mining runs,
Yeah.
mining whole planets, stuff like that. We have this very specific image of like aliens in our heads. And we've done a lot to get to a point where we are wanting to get to be like the aliens of sci-fi. Where in reality, if it is the case that we are alone in the universe, we would almost have to be like the aliens in sci-fi and just expand.
Because like I said, that's the thing, when you look at, like how, like just the vast expanse of the universe itself. Okay, well, let me pose you this. So the observable universe is roughly 93 billion light years across.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say, for all intents and purposes, I took you to the very edge of the other side of the universe. Very edge. And I looked at you and said, okay, go to the other side. And to kind of give you an advantage, I give you the ability to travel at the speed of light, which is about 860,000 miles per second.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, hey, I'm going to give you this power to travel at the speed of light because anything with mass cannot exceed that, that limit. Light has mass; it contains matter, so it has its own mass. Granted, it's not our mass, but
Yeah.
I digress. I tell you, go to the other side. How long do you think it'll take you? So to kind of give you an idea. So a light year is how long light travels in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, universe is 93 billion light years across. So you'd think it'd take you 93 billion years, right?
I mean, at a minimum, if I was to hazard a guess, it would be close to like at least double that amount as far as time goes.
Nope.
Is it significantly more?
Here's the kicker. You'd never reach the other side. The universe is expanding at an accelerated rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, you're traveling at the speed of light. And not only that, pretty much the further out you are, the faster it goes. In fact, it's essentially accelerating faster than the speed of light due to the dark matter. The dark matter that's pulling it apart. If I'm not mistaken, if you will bear with me, I believe it's expanding at about... Oh, you have to bear with me. Like I said, our internet's here a little slow, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I did a TikTok.
I don't know why I said twice the amount. I'm thinking like from one side of the solar system to the other.
Oh no, I'm talking like the very edge of the universe, the observable universe.
The observable universe would be.
If I'm not mistaken, I actually think I saw this one last night. If you were to travel at like the speed of light, like to go to like Pluto, it'd be like I think like 2 years. I think. Don't hold me to that. Like I said, our internet's a little slow here, so you have to. But if I'm not, that's like I said. So kind of give you an idea. So the universe is expanding. The best way to kind of understand that is, it's expanding faster towards the edges than it is towards the center. The best way I can kind of help explain that is the raisin bread analogy. So you make a loaf of raisin bread, get all your dough together, you put raisins in it. Well, you have raisins that are in the center of the dough, and then you have raisins on the outside of the dough. The ones that coat the... So you throw it in the oven. As it expands, the raisins in the center barely move apart from each other at all. So like if you have like two raisins that are like an inch apart, as it expands, it might expand to like 2 inches. But the raisins that are further away from the center are going to appear to be accelerating faster.
Gotcha.
Because it's traveling further away. So it's going to go from like 6 inches away to like 10 inches.
Which would be that kind of goes along with the whole, like, the Big Bang wasn't necessarily an explosion more than a rapid expansion.
Yeah.
Because everybody kind of has this like ideology that the Big Bang was a literal explosion and then suddenly the universe as we know it just existed.
Yeah.
Where in reality it was a rapid expansion over literal eons. So
yeah, like I said, the Big Bang, because it's believed at one point in time the universe was so small it could fit in your hand. And through the use of the Big Bang, it did explode, but it wasn't like this like...
It wasn't instantaneous.
No, it exploded, but it is, we're essentially still experiencing the Big Bang. It's accelerating. It's being pulled apart, essentially. And like I said, famously, like I said, Neil deGrasse Tyson said that, the universe isn't obligated to have us understand it. And there's so much mind-boggling stuff about it that, we can only, barely scratch the surface on.
That's true. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine some years ago, and it was about the current expansion of the universe, and the potentiality of it reacting kind of like an elastic band, where it started off dense, expanded, it'll expand to a certain point, then it'll begin to contract back to its original form.
Yeah.
Which, again, talk about horrible thoughts. It's that all of these universal bodies just end up colliding back together, which honestly kind of gives some substance to there it is. Hey, there's one. Kind of gives some credibility.
Yep. Spud just smacked his microphone again.
But that kind of gives credibility to the I don't want to use the word proof. I would rather use the word credibility to like cyclical life cycles and kalpas and things like that.
Yeah.